What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo 5 Guardians Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Party Hearty, which is complete a mission in Score Attack Co-op with all participants scoring at least 200,000 points. So to do this one, we want to start up the level Genesis, which is mission 13 out of 15. This is the one where you can see I'm on the Guardian here, and I am making my way down off the Guardian. And you can see I already have over halfway points. Half the amount of points I need already to get to 200,000. I'm at 110,000 here, and I haven't even really started the level. I mean, I guess jumping off the Guardian is the beginning of the level, but here's where we really start our normal, usual rolling through of the Halo game. Just on foot, just going through. But this is actually a very good way to get this achievement. I do have 3 skulls on right now. I have Tough Luck on, I have Famine, and I have Thunderstorm on, so that will make the game a little bit harder, but it will give me a lot more points when I get those kills and vehicle destructions and things like that. So I'll get more points more quickly. And the skulls I chose, they don't really make this level in particular too hard with the strategy I'm going to use, because Tough Luck makes enemies dive out of the way and harder to splatter or take damage from a grenade. They'll just dive out of the way. But I'm going to use a tank or some kind of vehicle the entire time, so I don't have to worry about that. Same with Famine, that makes weapons that are dropped by enemy or friendly AI have half the ammo they normally would have, but I'm just going to be in a vehicle again, which has unlimited ammo, so you don't have to worry about that. So we just get free points, basically. And also, Thunderstorm is on, which promotes all the enemies if they could be promoted, so they're a tougher rank. But again, we're in a vehicle, so it doesn't really matter. We're just going to destroy them with a tank here. I'm playing with Shadow. He's in the tank right now, and I'm just in a Ghost. So we'll just trade off once he has a ton of points, and I'll jump in the tank when he's done and get myself a ton of points. So this first section, you want to kind of take your time. There's a lot of enemies out there, and you don't want to like just drive right into the middle of them, because then you're surrounded. And there are a lot of these turrets. These Forerunner turrets that just warp into existence. There's a Phaeton up here, there's a Wraith, there's a bunch of Knights as well, so those guys could definitely take you out pretty quickly if you're not picking them off one by one from afar. And here's some Ghosts. So I'm going to speed up this video in a little bit, just because we're going to blow past the point threshold. But you could, I actually have this on Legendary as well, I don't know if I mentioned that or not yet. But if you wanted to, you could actually put the difficulty down probably, because I think I get... Shadow and myself each get around 2 to 3 million or something, which is way more than we actually need. So you could turn it down to heroic or probably even normal with this strategy, and just keep these skulls on to up your boost, your score multiplier. And another skull I was thinking, I didn't put this on in the video, but I'm thinking you could probably put Fog on as well, which Fog takes away your radar, which would be annoying normally if you're running around on foot or if you're playing multiplayer or something, but in campaign, when you're in a vehicle, it doesn't really help you as much, especially when we're kind of hanging back on the edge of the encounter here and just picking them off from afar. So we're not really going to use the radar too much at all. So you could probably throw that on as well to give you even more points. So you can see Shadow has a ton of points already, like well past the amount he needs, which is 200,000. It's kind of silly how many points we're going to get over the achievement threshold here, but you can see I'm switching off. I'm in the tank now, and I'm just taking out these remaining enemies here. And there is a Wraith up ahead, which Shadow is going to grab, and we're just going to roll through this level with a couple tanks. A Wraith tank and a Scorpion tank. So we've taken out all, or maybe most, of the enemies now. Oh, there's another guy over there. We'll take him out. I'm going to speed it up right now, though. Alright, there we go. We're moving faster now. And here we go. I think we've cleared out everybody. So I'm just going to... Oh, nope, I'm a liar. Just take your time. You can see I'm sticking to the edge and kind of going in a circle around the area to make sure I've taken out everybody instead of just cutting right through the middle. Don't want to get surrounded or blindsided or anything like that. Just took some shots from an incineration cannon, which could definitely kill you. My vehicle is on fire, so it's not the healthiest right now, but that's alright. We are going to go through this door, which just looks like a wall right now, but it's a door. We gotta wait for exuberant witness to open it up. And there we go. You're gonna roll on through. There's going to be a Wraith tank to the right. You can see it on the right side of the screen there. So Shadow's going to grab that. And we're just going to go through this section. And there's actually 2 wardens, or there's actually 3 wardens you have to kill at the end of this level. And one of them you could kill with the tank, and or by design you could kill one of them with the tank, and the other 2 you have to fight on foot. But you could actually very, very easily get the Scorpion and Wraith tank through that section and take out the 2 other final wardens as well. So it's going to make that that final battle with the 2 wardens a lot easier. You weren't supposed to be able to get the Scorpion and Wraith to that point. It doesn't seem, at least, because there's some barricades, but we could easily go over those barricades. So up here there's going to be a Promethean Knight that spawns on this bridge up here once you go on the top, so you can see Shadows moving up there. And there's a warp bubble or whatever right there, so that's a Promethean Knight, and you can see he has an incineration cannon, so you want to watch out for that, especially if you have a weak vehicle. But he just charged right on in there, and he's fine, so if you have a vehicle that's healthy enough, that's totally doable. But I would have taken that slower since I'm on fire. And this section, there's a Wraith, there's, I think, a couple more Phaetons, maybe only one Phaeton, and then there's just a bunch of like Promethean Knights as well, just a bunch of Promethean enemies in general. But you can see we're kind of hanging back, we're not charging into the fray, doing nothing silly, just waiting for them to come to us, really. We have unlimited ammo, like I said, so there's no reason we need to go in there and do anything stupid. There's the Phaeton. And you can see they're fighting amongst themselves as well, so that is very helpful, the Covenant and the Prometheans. So use that to your advantage. If you don't need any more points, you could always just hang back and wait for the enemies to kind of whittle themselves down, and that way you don't have to fight as many, especially if you have a weak vehicle or something. Obviously, you can get out of the vehicle as well, but it's nice to have the all this firepower at your disposal. So we're coming across here. There's going to be a bridge that activates, and 2 turrets will appear on the other side, along with the first warden. So we're just going to demolish him right away. Like, he spawns in the middle. You can see that purple bubble of light or whatever. Just start shooting at him right as he spawns. And it's pretty easy to take him out with just 1 tank, but since we have 2, it's just silly easy. So you can see he's already dead, and he is warped away from existence now. So to get the Scorpion and Wraith past this section, you just want to kind of go up like this, like I'm doing, and just drive on through. You got to be kind of sideways, like at a 45-degree angle kind of, but it's very easy to get past that section. It took like no time or practice to get that down. But there's this little barricade. It's easy to get past with the Wraith, and the Scorpion, you can just drive right over it. The Wraith, you just kind of go around it. This one you can go around easily as well. And then that brings us to this final section of the level, which will spawn in a bunch of Prometheans, most notably 2 Wardens, one on either side. So I'm just going to hang back here. Shadow's going to go up into the mass of enemies in a little bit, I think, from what I remember. I recorded this like a year ago, and I haven't put out this video yet. Recorded the video footage, that is, not the audio, the commentary that you're listening to right now, my silky voice. But yeah, so I don't know why I just sat on this video for a long time. I think I got distracted with Halo Wars Guide. So anyway, this is almost done. You saw the video fade a little bit there because I actually died along with Shadow, so we had to go back to our last checkpoint. But we only died the one time. You can see my vehicle super weak, so it's not going to take much to blow it up at this point, and Shadow is up in the mass of enemies, so that's not a very safe position either. So you can see how we could easily die 1 or 2 times collectively. At this point, we're kind of being aggressive here because, I mean, we have way too many points, and it doesn't matter. You do lose points if you die, so if you have to go back to your last checkpoint, because you do it manually, you actually revert yourself, or if you die, which sends you back to your last checkpoint, you will lose points. So you don't want to repeatedly die, because then you might go under 200,000 and not be able to finish with enough points. You can see Shadow just lost some points there for dying, but hopefully I stay alive. And I'm dead, quote-unquote, but hopefully they could pick me up. There we go. Thank you very much. I'm back in my tank, my very, very weak tank. I don't know how it's still alive. Everything is on fire. But let's just finish this off real quick. How about that? So we're going to take out the Warden. Sometimes the Wardens are annoying. They like to hide behind structures sometimes, but sometimes they just don't hide at all, so you can just take them out really quick. But sometimes you gotta play a little bit of, what is it called? Peekaboo? Yeah, peekaboo with them. Just do that with this awful, evil AI. You know, play this innocent children's game. But we're just going to hang back here and take out these those turret guys are definitely something you might want to take out, because they killed me on my first life, I guess, when I died. I cut that part out though when I died. Those splinter turrets are pretty devastating. They don't really look like they're doing much damage to you, but they pretty much are just wrecking you without you even noticing. But we have taken out the warden, and everyone else should die. Once you take out the 2 wardens, everyone will die or despawn after a few seconds in that section. So that is it for this one, guys. You can see we got a silly amount of points, well past 200,000. And again, this was on Legendary with Tough Luck, Famine, and Thunderstorm on. So you could easily do this on a lesser difficulty, or take some of those skulls off if you want, if it's too difficult. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion, and on Twitch and Beam, where my channel name is SilverScorpion4. And check out our Halo Conversationalist podcast on iTunes and Google Play. And I will see you guys later for more Halo achievements.